About time you losers got here. I must have told every lowlife in New York where to find me.
A trap?
Don't take it too hard, Cat. Shocker's a crafty one. No? Wait, I'm thinking of someone else.
Get ready. Here comes the pain.
I hate it when he says that.
We are back once again with that virtuoso of vibrations, that Spartan of shakedowns, the Emperor of earthquakes himself, the Shocker. Previously in this masterpiece right here, we witnessed regular human Herman Schultz use his cunningly inventive mind to create a weapon that lets him stand against the spectacular Spider-Man himself. Herman lost in the end, but only because his name wasn't on the cover. Spider-Man battles super strong, super scientists, super nightmares all the time, so the fact our main man Herman gave him a good fight speaks volumes as to the underrated power of the Shocker. And Schultz isn't finished yet. Now that he's established himself as a true supervillain, there's a whole Marvel universe of heroes to shake up. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! We're gonna start off with a quick but fun one. The Defenders, issue 64. It's not vitally important, but something quite funny happens in it. The super team known as the Defenders have been doing so well lately that even the bad guys want a piece of the pie. Loads of costumed criminals have been going out causing mischief in the name of the Defenders. These vile villains besmirching the hero team's good image don't even seem to have a plan, just smash shit up for the banter. It's cool criminals too, like Beetle, Electro, Whirlwind and the Leapfrog. And of course, our boy Herman gets in on the action, attacking the stock exchange alongside Boomerang, Toad and the Living Laser. But remember what we learned last time that sets Shocker apart from these other villains? He's all about the Benjamins. Shocker forces a broker to transfer $1 million to his offshore account, and cause the guy doesn't want to get rattled, he does it. In one crime, Herman has become a millionaire. Genius and even funnier, he only goes and bloody gets away with it. Later on we do see Shocker get blown away by Valkyrie alongside his sinister associates. But in the shot of villains getting arrested, Schultz is nowhere to be found. I can't believe he escaped with his millions, and I can't believe he didn't just retire after this. But you know what it's like with men of action like Herman. You can't just retire and sit around doing nothing. And his success here must have given him a bit of confidence, because now he's picking fights with the goddamn Avengers. The Avengers issues 228 and 229. Hank Pym, the astonishing Ant-Man, the gastonishing Goliath, and the yastonishing Yellow Jacket is on trial for treason against the United States. Most of the team are fuming. They refuse to believe their teammate would commit such crimes. Hank's an Avenger, god damn it. They've all got his back on this one. Except to me, it looks like Thor's more interested in getting the Wasp on Hairback instead. Anyway, the Avengers are so occupied with their internal drama that they let other events slip by, like a mysterious rash of prison breaks. But we can learn all about the breakouts from the perpetrator himself, the most rotten of Ant-Man's rogues gallery, the Egghead. And once again, this hard-boiled bad boy's formed an all-new Masters of Evil. He's even kept a few of the members from last time we saw him, but he's added one particularly shocking new subordinate. Roll call. Moonstone, Space Bitch, Radioactive Man, not the one from The Simpsons, The Shocker, King of Quakes, Beetle, Bug-Eyed Bandit, and Tiger Shark, Razor-Tooth Rogue. The Masters of Evil. And their plot is very evil indeed. In court, the Avengers assemble to show Yellow Jacket some support, even the legendary Hawkeye, but as Henry steps up to defend himself, the back half of the room goes boom. Knock knock, it's the Masters of Evil. They roll in, but they're not here to fight, it's a rescue mission, and their precious cargo is none other than Henry Pym. The villains are framing Hank even more by making it look like he's being busted free by bad guy buddies. They even call him Sir to rub it in more, and to cover their escape, Shocker brings the house down. Raw disrespect though. The Masters of Evil don't even acknowledge the Avengers in the peanut gallery. That's gotta sting, but to be fair, big time villains like Tiger Shark and Radio Man shouldn't really be concerned. It's only the Avengers after all. Showdown on the steps of City Hall. Wasp versus Beetle, that's nice and thematic. Tiger Shark versus Hawkeye. Good luck, dude. I've got no idea what Radioactive Man's doing here and... Wait, Herman, you're not... You can't seriously be... He is? The balls on Shocker, he goes right for She-Hulk. He doesn't give a shit about power levels or gamma strength. Herman goes hard. Shulky can't shake the Shocker either. She needs Hawkeye to demagnetize the gauntlets. It takes 2 Avengers to take Herman down. And it was a lucky shot too. A disarmed Shocker falls to Hawkeye's trick arrows, mostly because his teammates dropped the ball when one of them was meant to be 1v1 in Hawkeye. You can't expect Shocker to take on the whole damn roster himself. Good going, Tiger Shark. The Shocker's noble sacrifice allows the Masters of Evil to escape with Henry Pym, but that leaves Herman alone with the mighty pissed off Avengers. But when they interrogate him, Shocker is adamant that the mastermind behind the breakout was... Henry Pym. But in the best plot twist since the hate manga, we learn that Hank is actually innocent. He's being framed by the delicious Egghead, and now he's a wanted criminal. He's got no choice but to help the Masters of Evil. The Avengers always yell assemble because they work best together, and even now they've got Pym's giant back. They visit Herman Schultz in prison for info, and Shocker, who knows he's facing deep shit charges, cooperates. And the Avengers mind probe, that's not very ethical for heroes, jolts Herman's mind back to normal. He realizes he's been brainwashed and betrayed just like Henry Pym was, and he tells the heroes the name of their nemesis. Egghead. So basically, Shocker saves Hank Pym's life and clears his reputation by cooperating with the heroes. What a man, what a legend. You're welcome, Avengers. That's gotta be worth early parole. Herman's taste of the big leagues must have sparked a hunger, because as if the Avengers weren't tough enough, next we witness Herman fight the first family of superheroes. It's Fantastic Four. 334. Oh shit, what an actual squadron of supervillains. Shocker, Stiltman, Firebrand, Armadillo, the Fantastic Four. A fantastic acts of vengeance saw supervillains doing a strangers on a train kind of situation, swapping heroes to take their enemies by surprise, and so you'll never guess who trips the alarm at the world famous Baxter building. Because it's not the Shocker. Snake-themed Constrictor goes down without a fight thanks to the building's defense systems. What a mug! Slither back to prison, moron! Later that night, Reed and Sue tuck little Franklin in as the alarm blares. An intruder. The Fantastic Four storm to the door to find the Beetle, but he's also been disarmed by the security systems. The cops arrive and arrest poor Abner before he has a chance to bug the Four. The next day at breakfast, the alarm! Reed and Mrs. Thing, don't ask. Prepare for a showdown. And though we don't even get to see how Shocker was defeated, I can only assume the Baxter Building took him down hard and fast. The goddamn Baxter Building might be the most overpowered character in Marvel. When's it getting its own solo title? Modern Marvel would just make it a cook. The Shocker had better luck against the Avengers, at least that was a real fight. And Herman just might agree, because in Guardians of the Galaxy issues 28 and 29, he again tries his luck against the world's mightiest heroes. Holy shit, look at this art. Oh, we're definitely in the 90s now. Jesus Christ. All of Earth's coolest heroes are off-planet dealing with the Infinity War. Not the one from the movies, but I don't know much else about the comic one. And Dr. Octopus himself thinks this is a good time to strike. They don't call him the Master Planet for nothing. Herman doesn't join in yet, but Otto and his crew plan to steal the Avengers' cool toys while they're away from home. With all the heroic heavy hitters spacebound, who could possibly stop this all-new all-shit Sinister Seven? Only the goddamn Guardians of the Galaxy. Not the movie ones though, and please don't ask me anything about these guys other than the names. We've got Talon, Starhawk, Major Victory, Charlie 27, and Nikki, but God knows which is which. To be fair, the Guardians actually kick supervillain ass. Quite the feat, considering one of them is the absorbing man, who usually fights Thor to a standstill. But Dr. Octopus doesn't really give a shit. Hell, this was all part of the plan. Let these losers take the beating as Otto pilfers the world's mightiest. But at the speed his crew's going down, he's gonna need backup. And there he is. Game recognizes Game. One of Spider-Man's greatest foes sees how useful Herman can be, and that, my friends, is why he's known as the Master Planner. Ooh, no way, dude. Shocker even made the cover of issue 29. Or did he? The Guardians stand ready to defend Avengers headquarters as Doc Ock's B-team advance, and First Strike is struck by the Shocker. And true Shocker fanatics, or shock jocks as we like to be called, will cringe at the fact that here, the Guardians assume that just because he's named the Shocker, he must use electricity, a common misconception. Herman is so taken aback by the Guardians' mistake that they manage to blast his ass with a double dose, but don't worry, he's not out of the fight just yet. This super showdown is interrupted when a portal suddenly opens up and out crawls monstrous doppelgangers of the assembled supers. The Infinity War has spilled over onto planet Earth. And these demonic doppelgangers aren't here to take prisoners. The heroes and villains get lucky this time in beating back the monsters, but these beasts seem unstoppable. They just respawn and try again. The only hope the villains have is if they team up with good guys. Dr. Octopus doesn't like it, but when it's between help a hero or get eaten, even the Master Planner can make a change of plans. The enemy of your enemy is your friend, and holy shit dude, Shocker gets a doppelganger. Spider-Man's doppelganger goes on to help Carnage almost kill New York, and friggin' Herman Schultz got one too. No way. Victory goes to the originals, and our honourable, lovable Rogue even defies Dr. Octopus's order to resume fighting the heroes. The villains instead chase away their squid-like scientist supervisor. Go ahead. So, he didn't get to fight any real Avengers that time, but that doesn't mean Shocker gives up. Iron Man Volume 3 Issue 42 sets Inventor against Inventor as Herman tests his metal against Iron Man, and can I apologise for this art? I didn't draw it, but I don't like it. We catch back up with Tony Stark in a weird stage of his life. He's given his fortune away to the Avengers, he's shaved the mustache, and he's living life as an average Joe with a fake name, even taking the subway to work. And then one day the train Tony takes goes off the rails. It's the Shocker, and he's huge! Okay folks, empty your pocketbooks and wallets, and all that'll happen is you'll just be late for work. Refuse, and you'll just be late. As in, the late Mr. or Mrs. Either way's fine by me. Well, there's my answer. I think I can slip between the cars while he's busy with the other passengers. It's a good thing I realized that while the world doesn't need Tony Stark anymore, it sure still needs Iron Man. But here's the problem. After my last armor became sentient, I didn't want to take any chances. I decided I was going to build my new armor from scratch. Careful to examine every single chip and circuit I put in there. What did I tell you? There's always one in every crowd. Unfortunately for me right now, I'm still in the scratch stage. Alright, Shocker. How about you come quietly and let these people go about their business? The Shocker normally wouldn't pose much of a threat, but with this suit as raw as it is, I might very well get myself killed. Can't let him know that single repulsor blast was all I had power for. What the hell are you supposed to be? What, is Toy Biz building superheroes now? Everybody into the next car. I'll handle this. You're a laugh riot, Tonka Toy. But let's see if your junkyard getup can handle one of my vibro blasts. So far so good. I don't believe it. You've actually got shields on that hunk of crap. Guess it's time to take you a little more seriously now. Oh, a little shaken, but none the worse for wear. Can't say the same about my shields though. And Shocker's sure not giving me a chance to get them back online. Got no choice but to use the untested energy absorption capabilities I just installed. Wait until he fires, Tony. Damn, I hope this works. Suck in the energy and fire it back. Whoa. Nice trick, Erector Set, but you missed. Because I haven't installed weapons tracking yet. Otherwise that smug expression wouldn't be on your face, I guarantee. Worst part is I won't be able to try that again. That last stun fried my uni-beam. Time for a new strategy. Running? I guess you finally smartened up, huh? I mean, come on. I'm the Shocker. I fought Spider-Man, the Avengers. I'm not gonna be beat by some bargain basement wannabe who looks like he built his armor in his mother's basement. Don't you ever shut up. Ah, my face. Now, while he's reeling in pain, grab hold of him and the third rail, using my energy absorbers to redirect its power into him. All things considered, not too shabby. The only thing is, how on earth am I going to explain this reason for being late? Damn dude, close fight, but that armored Avenger was too slick. But I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. All of this was just training. We all know who Herman's true nemesis is, and no matter how well he does up against other superheroes, there's only one costumed clown that matters. Spider-Man. Now, Herman's battled his way through the ranks, getting more and more powerful, learning from every defeat and gaining experience from every fight. Web of Spider-Man 109 again sets Bug against Thug. Uh-oh, looks like the Shocker's on the loose once again. But before he's even done anything illegal, he's already in a panic. What's he so upset over? And why is he already causing damage? Thank God we're back to reasonable art. I can actually tell who's meant to be who now. Grim for Herman, looks like his flapping was justified. The Spider-Man senses trouble and already has hunted Herman down by following these rogue earthquakes to the source, currently at an old TV station. But it's the Night Thrasher who finds Shocker first, you know. Night Thrasher, everyone's favourite. This second stringer doesn't know who he's messing with, especially because Herman warns the Thrasher that he isn't the same old Schultz anymore. He's more powerful than ever. Perhaps even too powerful. In one incredible blast, Shocker says goodnight to the Thrasher, and while the hero's down, Herman legs it the hell out of there. He can't waste any more time. He came here for a reason, and he needs it now. Night Thrasher's lucky that the next mask he sees is our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, stalking Shocker through the tremors he leaves in his wake. Thrasher tells Spidey that Shocker is here to steal an experimental biofeedback harness. But why? There's the bastard, now let's ask him. And when the Shocker spots Spidey, he wastes no time blasting away. Spider-Man can't stop the Shocker now. Not when Shocker's so close. There it is, the biofeedback harness. Herman's got his heart set on the device. But why? He's already showing off such new power. Is he looking to get supercharged or what? Look out, Herman. Here comes the... Ah, shit. Tough break, Shocker. But a beating from Peter isn't what's got Herman so upset. Somehow, Herman has developed actual vibrational superpowers, but this is no gift. It's a curse. Not only is his quaking out of control, but it's not going to stop until he literally shakes himself apart. And when he does, his molecules are going to shake the whole city to hell right alongside him. The goody two-shoes superheroes give Herman the harness, hoping it'll stop him shaking in his boots, but the piece of junk doesn't even work. Luckily, Spider-Man is a science-minded guy. He theorizes that Shocker's shockwaves might work like a radio frequency. So, using web lines and amplifiers, Spidey and the Night Thrasher rig up a big vibrating net that counters and nullifies the Shocker's swan song. Oh my god, how embarrassing. Saved by his own nemesis? No way. We can't let this end here. Herman's gotta earn back some respect to his name. Spider-Man issues 85 to 87 gives us one last shock to the system. Mr. Paul Stacy, Gwen's cousin, has gotten himself in some deep shit with the Friends of Humanity, activists who hate anybody not 100% human. Paul has refused to join them, and if you're not with him, you're against him. the FOH send a certain someone to silence the Stacy Punk. It's the Shocker, and he's still huge, holy shit. At this size, he'd make the ground shake even if he had the costume off. As usual, Herman's all about the payday. He doesn't give a shit about the Friends of Humanity's beliefs or whatever cringe shit they proclaim. Herman's a mercenary. He's their enforcer, cause he gets the money. And tonight, he's getting paid to kick Paul's ass. Oh, for God's sake, what is it with Spider-Man and bending over for guys named Paul? Paul Stacy has been nothing but a dick to Peter Parker. Spidey doesn't even know about Paul's new pals, the Friends of Humanity. What a loser. But Shocker doesn't spoil Paul's secret. Instead, showing raw craftiness, Herman blasts the concrete and busts a gas main, aiming to make his escape. Spider-Man saves the neighborhood from going up in flames, but in the rush, Shocker made like smoke. Spidey's got no clue what this was even about. But it's not over yet. Not long after, Peter tracks Paul down to the very bridge where Cousin Gwen went snap. Spidey tries to talk to the man, but Paul is indeed quite the prick. And the lad's heart-to-heart is shattered by the Shocker. He's back, he's angry, and he's ready to make Spider-Man pay for years of humiliation. Oh my god, he's doing it! Herman's doing it, everyone! He's taking on Spider-Man. And he's winning. Now who's the joke, Spider-Man? And there was no great secret to Herman's success. He wasn't funded by Hydra or enhanced by Dr. Doom or nothing. This is pure Herman Schultz ingenuity right here. All he's done is upgrade his own tech to provide an automatic force field. Now more than ever, the Shocker is a living earthquake, absolutely unstoppable. Show's over, hero. I win. You are the loser. The kid is mine, he's dead, and I'm gonna collect big time. Then, with your scalp on my belt, I'm gonna be able to start charging top dollar. The goddamn Shocker sends Spidey and Stacy running. They're both powerless against the spectacular Shocker, but run all they might. Herman is a professional, he's got a job to do, and he's gonna see it through. Even if it takes a team effort, the Trapster of all people backs up the Shocker, even if Herman didn't need it. But I'm not complaining, this is what I'm always going on about, mate. Villains treated with respect, no matter how unconventional their weapons. Paste Pop Pete and the Shocker have Spider-Man trapped, glued to the ground as Herman charges up his vibro blasters. He's gonna turn Spidey's bones to jelly and finally get the respect he's always deserved. But if there's one thing we've always loved about Herman, it's that he is always a professional. The Trapster's beeper beeps. Just in the nick of time for the webhead, the hit is called off. Shocker lets Spider-Man live for now, because business is business. He'll get him next time, and both of them know there will be a next time.